It's the 28th of November, 2017, and sadly, not a D&D night. As you'll notice, I'm going the wrong direction. Turns out both groups have pretty much been torn apart, as it were, by things like previous engagements, illness. It's been a bad week, apparently. So I just told everyone I hope they get better and have a better week. Sucks whenever one like that happens. As it is, I got something I can play on my Switch that I've been obsessing over lately, so it's not like I've got anything too bad that'll be boring for me. Or I could play some Heroes. Either one. I haven't decided yet. Oh, also, I got excited because my Doctor Who Flux came in today. It's still in its box. I haven't unboxed it yet, but happy about that. It's a version of Flux that, honestly, I think should have existed for a long time. Heck, me and Jacob were even talking about what Doctor Who Flux would be, like, way back in the day. So for it to actually be a thing now, it's freaking awesome. So, I just went down the hill and printed off my sheets for the Doctor Who roleplay next month. My Christmas special. Haha. But you guys don't get to see those until I've done it, at least. Then you might get a glance at it. Also, box. Inside box, I already know what it is. So, well, there's only one way to handle this. Say it with me, 'cause you know it. Unboxing knife. Haha. Here it is. The official BBC licensed Doctor Who Flux. And I love how they changed it from the card game of ever-changing rules to the card game of ever-changing doctors. That's pretty sweet. I'm not going to crack this open and find out exactly what cards and references are in here, because there's game night on Thursday, so why not break this in and let the surprises come out organically, shall we?
I'm not a coward, I'm just allergic to dying.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes ago, I normally would have started the stream, but something's been going around work, and it would appear that it's leached onto my immune system now. Luckily, it's hit me just as I'm going to get to be able to rest, so I hate to miss a stream twice in a row, so 2 weeks in a row, because last week I missed because I took the whole week off for the holiday. But as it stands, I'm just not doing the stream tonight because I don't think I can survive through it, to be honest. There's that, too. There's a cough that shows up every now and then. Not conducive for content creation, to be honest. But it is 9:10 at night right now. I'm going to call it an early night. I'm going to go to bed. And a lot of people that have had this said that resting a lot, which you do with any illness, to be honest. This isn't like this is some huge revelation, but in this particular case, resting seems to have helped them a lot. Oh, great. Just realized I've got a little stain there. Oh, well. Warts and all. Yeah, I can't get it out like that. Oh, well. I had a nosebleed earlier. That's another one of my symptoms that just occurred. Oh, that's horrible. Anyway, you probably wouldn't have even noticed it if I hadn't pointed it out. Oh, well. One take snaps. Anyway, point is that all that just combined has told me that I need to get to bed. So, 9/11, I'm going to call it an early night, and hopefully that'll do it. I might even sleep in the morning, might turn my alarm off, just let my body decide when to wake up. So, with that, it's time for me to say goodnight. Good night, everyone, and, I've got to do this for me. I hate that I have to do this for me, but I do. So, good night, everybody.
7.
So, what an awesome day of D&D. Weird thing was that, when it came to D&D, we spent 4 hours in a fight. That's right, 4 hours in a freaking fight. I mean, a little bit of it was getting there, but it didn't take us a couple of minutes until we got there. But this was one of the big ones. I don't know why I always have this globe on whenever I start these things. Anyway, it was one of the big ones that we were expecting. One of the bad guys that we've been chasing down finally showed up. He had a posse, and the rules were thus, that we would not get in a huge fight with all of them. Come here, girl. We would not get in a... See, dog wanted up. There's my girl. We would not get in a huge fight with all involved. Instead, we would go one-on-one. So each of the members of our party were assigned to each of the members of his party. Honestly, Jacob wiped his out fairly quickly with his roguish assassinist stuff. Again, we totally took the DM's ideas, his plans, and just threw them out. We chucked them out the window, apparently. My battle was about the only one that really went according to his plan, and that's because I'm a bard sorcerer, so I'm not really designed for a one-on-one battle. Yeah, so that was the thing. Although, I showed you guys the ring earlier. Let me tell you the story about that. Before we got to the battle, the King of Thousand Winds, the kingdom place that he's come up with, said he hadn't paid us in a while for anything, and with the cataclysm that occurred, he wasn't going to be able to anytime soon, but he did have something made for the 4 of us. Each of us got a ring. Each of us have a different ring, each that does stuff. Like, for instance, my ring is a ring of telekinesis, which means I've got the telekinesis spell built right into my ring. Jacob's is Featherfall, Michael's is Cold Resistance, and Andy's, you guys know his name too, so I can say, Andy, his is a thing that helps you resist mind effects, but apparently it's also got some bonus thing that they won't let us know about yet. It's one of those secrets that won't happen until it happens. Point is, he gave each of us a ring, and he couldn't ask our ring sizes, obviously, so it was just luck of the draw whether it fit us. I think mine might have been the closest to... Mine fits. It totally fits on one of my fingers, so you guys saw it on my finger. But I did say, guys, I've totally got to get a picture of all of our rings. So, well, I present that to you now. So yeah, we all got awesome rings out of it. It was sort of like a little Christmas present. Of course, mine, he customized, because I also do the... He picked a ring that was appropriate for all of them, but when it came to mine, I think he couldn't resist pulling something that he knew would fill me with a fanboy joy, and that was that my ring was Gallifreyan. It was totally a Doctor Who reference, because there are no... They probably are, so this sentence isn't going to be true, but there probably are no rings that are actually, this is the design of a ring of telekinesis, this is a design of a ring, that sort of thing. So instead, he could be creative with it, and he got us all rings that pretty much fit us, pretty much. So mine, he got me a ring that had Gallifreyan symbols on it, which tickled me pink. I had such a nerdgasm. I joked with him, I said it was going to be very difficult for me to resist the urge to make that a gadget in our Doctor Who roleplay, but I'm going to resist the urge. I've got enough gadgets, as it were. It's time for the guys to get some. Speaking of which, Michael is going to have one once Jacob builds it for him in the story. He failed the roll this time to build it for him, but it wasn't low enough for me to make him destroy the components and have to collect some more, so it's just he just didn't get it to work this time. But it also gives me time as a game master to figure out the stats of that thing. That way when they do build it, it'll be there for them. So, there's that. For the Doctor Who roleplay, I had our Christmas special. So I took us to a planet that pretty much was Christmas without knowing what Christmas was, so to speak. One of those weird, strange, coincidental planets. One that was a paradise that had no economy, they just did everything barter. It was a snow planet with one tiny Victorian-like village on it. But there was a problem. We showed up, and the paradise that I promised the guys wasn't a paradise anymore. They were starting to get an economy. They were starting to get galactic credits. And, you know, a place doing it on their own and just evolving, okay, that's fine. It wasn't that. Someone had come in and provided the system for them. It was the Universal Monetary Fund. I will let people use TARDIS databases. TARDIS.wikia.com, by the way, is a fantastic thing for Doctor Who information if you want that. It'll probably be the best for you to find all these names I'm about to spit out, should you not know them, because they're classic Who, 6th Doctor era. But the Universal Monetary Fund, the UMF, came in and were up to no good, and they sent their best business warrior on the case, Syl. So I had to do Syl's voice. Astoundingly enough, where I'm getting over a cold, I'm like on the back end of it now. One night's sleep and I think I'm done with it, to be honest. I haven't medicated myself all day. But that sort of in the back of my throat actually helped me do the voice better. It was beautiful. But yeah, and they came up with ways of defeating Syl that I had never even considered. This is the joy of being a game master / dungeon master, or it's the joy and the curse of it, is that you get to see the creativity of your party, which sometimes goes so far that you have to go, oh crap, time to improv a bit. And I had to, a bit, to be honest. But I was perfectly fine with improving a bit, just to get the story to actually work. It's a joy to me whenever my guys stretch me, and make me get creative on the fly. And I was able to, carry up with the challenge, so loved it. But anyway, so it was a good day of roleplay all around, and we even had a moment where we rolled the characters for the next campaign that we're going to do in Dungeons & Dragons. He joked and said that it may be long-lived before we ever get to those characters, but it would be good to just have them created and waiting in the wings, as it were. Not in case any of us dies, right? But more along the lines of, it'd be nice to have the characters without having to take one session to create them, but instead just have them ready, and then whenever we want to do the new campaign, well, there they are. So it's one of those things. Clever, I think. So yeah, good day of roleplay all around. And I think I'm going to sign off for the rest of the day, because I've, 1, talked your ear off, and 2, I think I'm just going to spend the rest of the day to chill, so that means not creating any content, stuff like that. So this is where I sign off. Also, I lost yesterday's Snapchat story because for some stupid reason, because I was not thinking this morning. I didn't save it whenever I first got up, and there were some early parts of it yesterday, so the 24-hour period emerged. So those of you that were following me on Snapchat, you got that one exclusively, not by my design, but just on accident. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I'm calling it a night, so good night, everybody. See you later.